Hi everyone, today we are going to understand the basic meaning of a trade union, and further we are also going to discuss the various features and types of a trade union. Now let us first understand what exactly a trade union is. See, we all know that since industrial revolution a lot has changed. Initially, when the Industrial Revolution was at its peak, the employees or workers were treated very badly. They were denied certain rights, they were not given their adequate dues. So, this led to revolution. Okay, we all know that whenever anything happens beyond the limits, then what happens is a revolution, right? So this exactly happened, and this led to the formation of trade union. So it is a union of employees formed to protect their social, economic and political interests. So according to section 2H of the Indian Trade Union Act 1926, trade union is a combination, whether temporary or permanent, formed primarily for the purpose of regulating the relations between workmen and employers, workers and workmen, or between employers, right? Now, what are the features of a trade union? A trade union is a permanent rather than a temporary or a casual combination, right? Because it aims to protect the interests of employees perpetually. Okay, and the membership is voluntary. That is, there is no legal or political pressure on the employees to become its part. It is basically up to them to become a member or not to. Trade union always plays or acts through the united actions of its members to protect their economic and other interests, right? Members of a trade union have a common interest which motivates them to unite for their concerns and issues. Yes, they basically work as a team because united we stand, divided we fall. So they know this very well, that they have to work in a coordinating way so that they can achieve their goal or they can fulfill their concerns and issues. Okay, now objectives of trade union. See, it aims to secure fairer wages in light of the cost of living or inflation rate and also the standards of living. Okay, so we all know that workers want fairer wages. Okay, because inflation keeps on rising with time. Okay, so in order to secure a better standard of living, they want more or fairer wages. To demand the employees or employers basically to provide all basic amenities like clean drinking water, which is their right, washroom facilities, restrooms, proper lighting. So these are all the basic rights of the workers, and it is very much required that they issue or basically raise voice for the same. To also assure the workers a share in increased profitability through payment of adequate bonus. Yes, when there is more profitability, okay, and it has become possible only because of the efforts of workers, right? So they deserve adequate bonus also for the same. So they want this through basically raising their concerns. Now, to protect workers against exploitation and victimization by the capitalists, we all know about Karl Marx, who proposed the theory of Marxism, right? So what was it based on? Basically giving rights to the people also who are working in the industry, okay, making them the owners basically, so that they cannot face exploitation and all. So capitalists are the owners, and it is very much natural that they can exploit and victimize the people. In order to protect their interests, okay, the workers basically form trade unions. Now, what are the different types of trade unions? The first one is craft union. It is a union of workers who who have similar skills or trade. Okay, they may be working for various employers and also can be at different locations. Okay, so here the point to remember is that the people are having similar skills. Okay, like plumber, carpenters and all, they have similar skills and they are working for different employers, but they and also can be at different locations, but they are basically a part of craft union. Okay, now industrial union, here what happens is all the workers working in the same industry form a union. Okay, for examples, workers of an automobile industry, okay, they can form an industrial union because they are basically from the same industry. Now general union, what happens over here is that the workers of various industries like construction, electronics, food form a union for getting their concerns addressed. Okay, so general union is always, remember, a collection of employees from various industries. Okay, it can be automobile industry also, electronic and all. Now white collar union, see, it includes people of same professions like doctors, your professors, pilots. They're basically people who are professionals in their respective fields. Okay, now when we talk about various trade unions in India, the first one is Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh, which is basically headed by BJP, and it was formed in July 1955. Okay, so remember, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh or BMS is under the rule of or headed by BJP. Now Indian National Trade Union Congress, okay, it is run by the Indian National Congress or Congress Party, and it was formed in May 1947. Okay, now the other one is Hind Mazdoor Sangh. Okay, Hind Mazdoor Sangh or HMS is basically run or headed by Samajwadi Party, and it was formed a year later after INTUC. Okay, that is in 1948. Now Seva, see, this is very important organization. It was formed by Ella Bhatt in 1972, and this basically was formed to protect the interests of women who are working in unorganized sectors, okay, which do not have any legal backing. Okay, like women making papads, chips, okay, doing small businesses which have to be basically protected. Okay, so Seva, okay, Self-Employed Women's Association, was formed in Ahmedabad by Ella Bhatt to protect their interests. Now All India Trade Union Congress, this trade union is headed by the CPI, and it was formed in 1920. Now Center for Indian Trade Union, and this is basically known as CPM. Now Center for Indian Trade Union, so this was basically formed by CPM, and it was formed in the year 1964. Now what did we understand today? We talked about the meaning of trade union, a combination of people, employees who come together to protect their interests, right? Now we talked about various objectives of trade unions, like aiming to secure fairer wages, right? To assure the workers a share in increased profitability of the firm. That we talked about types of trade unions like craft union, industrial union, general union, white collar union. Okay, and further we discussed various trade unions that are there currently in India. So you have to remember the year also in which they were formed, and also where is their headquarter. Okay, now let's practice some important questions. Which trade union is controlled by BJP? AITUC and INTUC, Hind Mazdoor Sangh, none of the above. See, we discussed that Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh BMS is headed by BJP. So in the option there is no such option. So the correct answer is none of the above. Now the next question is, a general union is union of the same industry, union of a factory, union of various industries, union of craft workers. See, general union is, as we discussed, union of various industries, be it electronic industry, automobile industry, food industry, gems industry, any industry. Okay, so the correct answer is option C for this. So this was all for today. Thank you so much for your time.